UNHCR, over 65,000 Iraqis have fled the violence in the Anbar province this week alone. The displaced have fled to different cities throughout the country, including the capital Baghdad and the holy city of Karbala.
However, there is still ISIL.
Told PressTV. Many of them were from Iraq.
As heavy clashes are underway in the Syrian Kurdish city of Kobani, the Turkish government has restricted and blocked some journalists from reporting on incidents on the ground. Over the past few months, Ankara has been accused of backing militant groups in Syria. Turkish intelligence agency has now accused our correspondent Sarina Shim of being a spy. Let's discuss this further with her as she joins us via Skype from near Kobani. Now, Sarina, are you a spy?
No, not at all. And I'm very surprised at this accusation. I've even thought of actually approaching Turkish intelligence, and because I have nothing to hide and I've never done anything aside from my job, and I'd like to make that apparent to them. However, I am a bit worried because, as you know, and as the viewers know, that Turkey has been labeled by Reporters Without Borders as the largest prison for journalists. So I am a bit frightened about what they might use against me. We were some of the first people on the ground, if not the first people, to get that story of those Syrian militants going in through the Turkish border from the Bab al-Hawa Rihanli border, being sent in. I got images of them in World Food Organization trucks.
No, not this morning.
It was very apparent that they were Syrian militants by their beards and by the clothes that they wore. And they were going in there with NGO trucks. And
I had a call into him, so I will relay the message.
Here asked about me. The resident said, "No, we know her. We have seen her before. We've seen her work. She's not a spy." And they were blatant on going through with the fact that no, yes, I actually am, and that they told any people that if they see me to bring me in or to give them a phone call. So I find it odd. I don't see why they're taking this action against me at this point. I think that it may be because some of my previous stories that I've aired, because now in the area of Kobani, we haven't been inside. We've been telling the story from the Turkish side of the border. There's other international news agencies there as well. I don't know how they tell their stories or how accurate their stories are, and if that's why they have pinpointed me in this particular incident. Oh, but I have spoken with a lawyer as of late. Because if they do take me in, I do want to be ready, and I want to be able to, see where we can take this case legally.
Right now, Sarina, just listening to you, this does sound as extremely serious and extremely worrying to have a journalist who is reporting on the ground there to be threatened in such a way that she's actually resorting to a lawyer to ensure that she is safe and that she is prepared for no matter what happens. Now, how much of this do you think is because of your reporting? You've been reporting on the Turkish role, per se, on and off regarding Syria, haven't you?
Right, and that's what I think it is. I think that it's definitely because of the reporting about Syria, and particularly from the city of Hatay, not necessarily from the city of Kobani, because it's obvious more so what's happening there, but the other reports that I had done were about, at the time, the Free Syrian Army, the so-called Free Syrian Army going in and catching these Syrian militants and getting the passport stamps and getting first-hand information that they were actually inside while Turkey was still hiding this. I think this has a lot to do with it, and I think they want to know why I'm back. And another thing that they said is that I'm spying and that I'm working with the Turkish opposition, but it's only logical that I would speak with the Turkish opposition just the same way I would speak with other parties and the same way that I would speak with the AK party as well, because that's my job. So obviously there's some fear there. I kind of wonder what's happening. I wonder if, the situation in Kobani now is, I've been hearing from some of my journalist friends that there's going to be camps made in Yalodai now, more training camps to send into Syria. I wonder if they think that I'm going to, focus on a different area and that I'm using the umbrella of Kobani and I'm actually getting in here to do some type of investigative journalism, because I don't see it just being specifically in that area. And it just gives me the feeling that something is boiling and something is brewing that they think that I'm here to catch.
And Sarina, if you could just venture an opinion on what may happen next, because you're going to continue reporting on the ground as far as Kobani is concerned. Of course, you've been reporting as transparently as possible, and it seems that the Turkish government isn't very happy with that.
Right, well, I'm hoping that nothing's going to happen, that it's going to blow over. I would assume that they're going to take me in, probably for questioning, and the next hope is that my lawyer is good enough to get me out as soon as possible.
And before I let you go, Sarina, do you think that this campaign by the Turkish intelligence against you is also warning to other journalists who are reporting on the ground over what and how they might report?
Right, I definitely do, and I've been reporting about that for, a year or so while I was in Turkey previously, and I think that it is really, it's known that Turkey has this clampdown on journalists. I've been stopped by them before, but not necessarily to this level. It's just about police, basically, no different than any other country, but for the intelligence to actually look for me, that's rather odd. So I think that they're definitely trying to get the word out to journalists to be careful so much to as what they say.
All right, our correspondent Sarina Shim there reporting to us from near Kobani via Skype. Sarina, keep up the reporting and stay safe.